Whoa, 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 whoa. What's happening, people? Good evening, one and all. Good evening, one and all. Welcome to another week of Blunt Talk NOLA. I'm your host, P. Dot on the spot for this week.
Silent Shop 17. Oh,
Oh,
son.
I was waiting on you. So we going this week we doing a continuing coverage. This is our part 4 of the Nolan Wells incident. I know I put a good bit of stuff in the description, but there are more things happening now than what we think. We're gonna get into that a little bit later, and maybe some in other news. If my brother got something, if he don't got nothing, I got something. Uh, yeah. So other than how we normally start the show, man, which is check the temperature of the room and let everybody know how we feeling and how we doing. Me and my brother just had a little brief discussion. Y'all take care of yourselves out there in this heat, man. It's some weird weather. And New Orleans is bipolar with that shit. You might get some rain one day, cold the next day. Might get some hot one day, and might get it all in the same day. You never know down here. So y'all take care of
Right.
yourselves with that. So other than what we know about the Nolan Wells case as far as who Ben Crump and what the mother had to say, the father had to say, uh
hmm
some of the witnesses that were there, some of the so-called best friends that were there and stuff like that.
Right,
Have
right.
you have you heard that they're trying to now target his mom?
Mm.
Like they targeting his
I
mom.
heard, yeah, I heard a little bit about it. I don't want to expunge on too much, the bypass whatever you got coming up, but I did hear a little bit about it too, P. And you asked earlier, did I have anything with it? I just had something brief just to show people, the other side. I found something on, Comedy Hype. Shout out to Comedy Hype. Uh, just some of the phone calls that uh the other side is getting. They're reporting their death threats about the Northern Wells thing. So I just wanted people to hear that too as well. So that's the only
Okay.
thing I have for that. And I got one
Now,
video for other news, so
so
we could keep it
so
pushing.
was the so quick question, was the death threats to the other individuals other than Nolan Wells' family, or was it to Nolan
No, it's
Wells'
not
family?
Nolan Wells family at all. It's actually the people that people are accusing have something to do with him being killed. They're
Oh,
releasing, yeah, and it's something to hear. Let's say that like that.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna set up and run a couple of these in other news clips that I got. Do you have
oh yeah,
any in other news?
yeah. I just like you said, I had sponged on it earlier. I got one for other news too. It's some crazy work. I'm definitely probably gonna have to do a segment on it.
Stop
I
scrolling.
don't know if you know about it, but I have one in there. You know how I got mine lined up. So yes, there's
Okay,
definitely
cool.
one in the playlist. So uh, it's
Okay.
actually about this neglect with these funeral homes and stuff. Once again, Tita, uh,
Oh, I got one of them too, boy. Ooh, woo.
it's seeming
Wait till
a
you
lot
hear
of
this
it
shit.
seeming like organized, bro. So I think
Okay.
I might have to, yeah, find out some more details to just do a whole breakdown with this, bro, because this getting out of hand, bro.
All right. Give me 1 second. Let me go adjust
Now you
this
good.
fan because I could hear this pretty loud. Give me one
Got
second. Let me go adjust that, and I'm coming right back.
all right. Yeah, people, while he going through that, just filling that little space, just to ask what y'all think. Put it in the comments if you're on the replay. You know what I'm saying? What's up with these funeral homes, man? It just did one in Chicago. We found out if y'all tuned in to Associates Press. Associated Press just dropped something. Uh,
All
over
right. I am back.
50 bodies. So yeah, people, y'all stay tuned. Yeah, go ahead, people.
All right. So This particular bit of in other news that I have is about someone named Jesse Mack Butler. This was at the time of his um his charges. He was a teenager, and so
Jesse Mack,
now
Jesse Mack,
Jesse Mack
Jesse
Butler,
Mack, the teenager. Gotcha.
yeah. So now he is getting ready to go to college, and guess what college they think he's going to?
Why would that be a Why would that be a big thing?
After you hear about all the stuff he's done, you're gonna understand why it's a big thing. Cause
Okay,
I remember vaguely about this case, but
where
it
he
didn't
from?
go public. He's from Louisiana.
Oh, LSU.
He's going to LSU.
Yeah. So what happened with the teenager Jimmy Mack? What Jimmy Mack done did?
Boy, this
This,
nigga was on.
this brand new LSU student.
Um he did some very violent SE
Oh,
type stuff.
holy smokes!
Yeah, and so now their biggest concern is that he literally got a slap on the wrist for all the stuff that he done, right? Oh well, he served his community service, this, that, and other, blah, blah, blah. Right? But the stuff this brother, this I ain't gonna even say brother, the stuff this individual did really
Did he get off?
warranted him.
Are you telling me he got off everything?
It's essentially, yes. He
He
pled
served
guilty.
his probation.
Look, he pled guilty to the shit. I don't even know if he served time in jail for none of the shit, but he pled
Oh.
guilty. They gave him like a little slap on the wrist, and now they're saying that he can go to college,
Is
right?
this young man? Let me ask you a question and just kind of pay attention to the metaphor. Does this young man has crackers in his cabinet?
Yes,
Okay, okay, makes sense.
he he has crackers in the cabinet, and the cracker, the head cracker, is on.
You gotta get better with the metaphor. You gotta get better.
The
Said the head
okay. Well, how about this one? The big cracker with the cheese is the one that's
Cheesy.
literally, yeah. The cheesy cracker is the one that is gonna be some type of big figure at
Mhm.
LSU too, like a president of some sort.
Oh,
So I don't want to, I don't want to spill too much. So I'm gonna let y'all
no,
watch it
go
and
ahead.
judge
Yeah,
for
yeah,
yourselves.
yeah. Play it then. Yeah, play it then. 'Cause this is
It's
all
spread this far
speculation.
and wide. We now know where violent predator Jesse Mack Butler is expected to attend college. He's apparently going to LSU, Louisiana State University. I was contacted today and told that he'll be headed down to LSU in about a week or so. And given the fact that his dad used to work for LSU, I'd be surprised if he didn't have some additional, we'll call them protections. Now, for those of y'all who either don't know about this case or need a
Notice
reminder,
what he said. His dad used to work for LSU. So where specifically did his dad work in LSU? And I'm gonna be digging into that because 9 times out of 10, one hand washed another, and that's how this little boy got off on all this stuff. So pay attention to what he about to talk about. He about to talk about the case.
Gotcha.
Jesse Mack Butler entered a no contest plea as a youthful offender to 11 felony counts, including
11 felony counts.
2 counts of attempted R in the first degree, 3 counts of R by instrumentation, forcible oral sodomy, S battery, 2 counts of domestic assault and battery by strangulation, and domestic assault and battery, as well as a violation of a protection order. One of his victims was actually strangled until she lost consciousness, revived, and then he strangled her again so that he could record that assault on his phone. Now, a judge has ruled that he has successfully completed the terms of his plea agreement, and his case was discharged, and his record will be expunged. He is
Wow. We gotta stop.
He
We got-
completed
at
the
a certain
terms
point, we
of
gotta
his.
stop.
He completed the terms of the agreement. What was the agreement?
Sit your fat ass down
And
here
your record
don't
get to
say
be-
nothing. We're gonna get you off this charge. That's what it was. That was the agreement.
And your record get to be expunged?
Get the beat. You
Expunge?
get to go. Yeah, you get to go to
11
the judge and say
felony,
expunge. Expunge.
11 felony accounts. If that
Dang.
had been a young BM black male,
So wait.
that
You
would
mean to
not
tell me
have
you
ever
was
happened.
Yeah, bro. It is very even if you're talking about um what they call it first offense, right? Even if you're talking about first offense, nigga, there ain't even much
Nigga,
a
you got
sap on
11.
this.
Yeah. You committed 11 felony offenses. Even though that was your first time getting caught for any of them, you committed 11.
Yes,
So how many
bro.
people did
That
you
is
do that shit to? One
that's
victim
not
got strangulated twice in the same instance just so he could record it. What?
he ain't got no anger
What are we
management
talking
plans or
about here?
nothing. He ain't got no
Bruh,
anger
whatever they
management or
get,
nothing, right?
bruh,
Damn.
listen. You committed 11
You
felony
say that went
counts
around
of
choking bitches? This shit crazy.
different. Wait, hold up. I just thought about something. He committed 11 felony counts, all different types of ways. Ain't no way if that had been the black dude that boy would have got off like that, bruh.
Now, Peaches and Diddy, let me
No way.
did this happen on LSU campus or did this happen in high school?
This happened in high school. He going to LSU.
Hey. Jimmy fucking Mac, huh?
No, not Jimmy Mac. Jesse.
Jesse Mac the Strangler. He sound like a goddamn serial killer. What y'all think, Peaches? Don't that sound like a serial killer? Jesse Mac.
He's
Jesse
about to
Mac,
go to one of the biggest schools
the white bitch
in
strangler.
Louisiana where it's gonna be drinking and partying.
Oh,
Somebody gonna wind up messed up at this.
That's another
Come on
thing
now.
too. That's another thing too. What did he actually have a preference of the type of woman that he, targeted to? Was because they like to tell these stories, but they don't like to give too much details because it might
But
look
I tell you what,
weird, especially when you got crackers in the cabinet.
I tell you what, let's look him up. I'm about to see what I can find on
The
the
victims,
interweb
right?
about
Yeah, the
this here
victims.
young man.
Let's see about if any of his victims, and what's the similarities? Are there any similarities? That's just me bringing up, that monk in me. It's a jungle out here, Peter. It's a goddamn jungle. Didi know what I'm talking about. Didi watch that monk. Peaches, you watch that monk? If you don't watch that monk, you gotta get into that monk. I'm telling you, Pete. That motherfucking monk. Hey, you ass sitting there scratching your head. Purple dust come clean up out your brain. All through your ears and shit.
Poof. Come on, computer. Don't do this to me now. Let me see. YouTube. Come on, YouTube. Let me see if you're going to let me ask it.
I'm saying, one of them saying, if you laid up, I'm saying, just binge watch that monk. You'll be like, man, people toe up. With the shit they come with, they get away with shit. I'm telling you.
This is the bad part, though.
You can't put nothing past nobody.
Nothing.
Just keep out their changes. Keep out how they change. I remember while you getting it together, P. I remember one with that boy was an astronaut. This nigga created a whole situation in this lady apartment to make it look like she killed herself while this nigga was in space.
Oh,
well, you say.
Oh, I think I found one.
Oh man, I'm telling y'all. This nigga said, how can I have done it? I was in space. That nigga had the whole apartment set up for the killer lady. I said, man, this shit crazy. They caught that bitch by his drink, y'all. That nigga made like a little favorite little drink. Monk attached that drink to his ass because he don't want to make that shit. And that shit was found in that lady apartment. That's how Monk found out that bitch did it.
Victim. Oh, here we go. Come on, play it.
Play that bit.
Let's see if it's gonna play it without the. They're gonna give me the commercial. Commercial off my screen. Can you see it?
Yeah,
Okay, good, good.
I see it. We can't hear it though for some reason. Let me turn the music down too, y'all. Hold on. Let's turn that music down a little bit. Can y'all hear it? Liz, can y'all hear it? Let us know, him. Got to I'm gonna turn the music down.
Oh, so if y'all didn't hear it, they say the victim in the case of Jesse Butler was there at the court to let them know, you know, she wanted to reject the plea, like she wanted him to get hard time for this, but
Right.
they made a plea agreement without her. Like the state and the judge and all them made a plea agreement without talking to the victim. I think if you're gonna make a plea agreement, you should definitely have to have a conversation with the victim about the person who assaulted them, right? So that dude, the way the court system is right now, as far as I know, my partner right now, who's been literally saying that he's not the one who unalived this particular person during a botched robbery, right?
Right.
And because the victim's family is adamant about him not being released, that's the only reason he's not being released. But all of the witnesses said he wasn't the one who pulled the trigger. He didn't kill a lady. The witnesses are saying he did not unalive the lady. It's just the persons that were with him is the one that did it. But you done served all this time, and now you still can't even get free because of that, right? So if that's the case, why he get to get a plea deal? And the court said, you know what? We don't even need to talk to the victim. We just gonna make this plea deal. So that tells me that one hand was washing another.
Yeah, it's
If y'all
and
get
a
to
lot
make
of
a plea
leniency.
deal,
Yeah, it's way too much. It is way too much leniency to me. It sound and I don't know the full reason, but I get why you're saying that because this is
yeah,
crazy work.
yeah, they say the state negotiated a plea deal without meaningful consultation with the victim, despite facing decades in prison. So they about to
Is
continue
the
on.
video on mute?
No, it shouldn't be. Let me go back to stream y'all right quick because it might be tripping. Oh, it lost audio for a second. Okay, it should be back. How about this? Let's see it again.
Yeah, Peter says she can't hear it neither.
Wait a minute. Did y'all hear that?
No, people can't hear it for some reason. No audio.
Oh, wait.
Take
Wait,
it down
hold on.
and bring it back up or something because we can't hear it.
That's the
We just hear if you're hearing it on your end, that means their audio is playing, but it's not playing on our end. Yeah.
All right, I'm about to put it back up there. Share screen. Victim challenges Jesse. Okay, there we go. It should play now.
Yeah, it's all good,
All
bro.
right, so I'm
You
gonna play
good?
it.
You good? Just get the people right. They trying to see what's happening, you know.
All right. right. So this was when they did the plea deal. So let me know if you're here or not.
Gotcha. Yeah, a two-day hearing has been set where a judge will hear what he called serious issues and discrepancies of fact in the Jesse Butler case, focusing this hearing on the victim's voice and if her constitutional rights were violated. Now, the victim's attorney says Marcy's law was violated when the state negotiated a plea deal without meaningful consultation with the victim. Despite facing decades of prison time, Jesse Butler was granted a youthful offender status.
Youthful offender status. Dirty motherfucker. That what y'all call that bullshit?
Wow. Youthful. This is
diabolical. Right? That's straight in the line, ain't diabolical. It? Bruh, they done got niggas spent 14 and tried them as adults. Oh, you kidding me? Okay.
Yep.
Boy, justice is blind. That bitch deaf too.
Justice is blind and misbuilt because ain't no way in hell if that had been a black boy, they'd have said, "Oh well, we're gonna give you youthful offender status."
You just say that.
You get youthful offender status. Justice is blind and misbuilt, bro. No, they always say this country was founded on the foundation of justice. No, this shit is misbuilt. This misbuilt bitch.
So she a blind. She a blind
misbuilt bitch. That's right. I said it.
Justice with an attitude. That's dirty. Justice, you gotta stop being like that. You blind and everything. Come on, Justice. You can't be doing us like this now and be out. You can't have an attitude too now, Justice. You gotta be nice. This is a law-giving right for you to be nice. You're supposed to be respectful. What is going on? Oh, man.
I'm trying to tell you, bro, this shit is diabolical.
Bruh, these people do this every day, bruh.
Every day. All day. Decades in prison. Because he filed youthful offender, he gets a slap on the wrist. But
you missed like Bill.
He was sentenced to community service, rehabilitation.
Community service! That's another thing. How you get to do all that to somebody and only get community service? What? Wait a minute. I'm gonna take it back and just let it play.
Decades of prison time, Jesse Butler was granted a youthful offender status. He was sentenced to community service, rehabilitation, and outpatient counseling, not time behind bars. Marcy's law guarantees victims of crime be heard and informed, especially before a plea deal or sentencing, allowing the victim to return to court if those rights were violated. Today, a two-day hearing was set for April 13th and 14th for multiple witnesses to take the stand, including the Payne County Assistant District Attorney, who will be cross-examined on how they represented these victims. Here is what the victim's attorney, Rachel Bussett, had to say.
It's a very odd situation for attorneys to be named as witnesses, but the issue here is about who was told what, when, and how, and what the responses were. So the DA has to be able to testify to talk about what they said. It's tough. The entire process is tough. They don't feel like they were heard from the beginning. They don't feel like there was justice.
Now,
they don't feel like they were heard from the very beginning. They don't feel like there's any justice. That's because there wasn't. There wasn't. This man committed 11 different types of SA. Right? 11. Bro, you know what
not 10?
Bruh.
It was 9?
11.
Not 9? Oh, 11. Oh.
Not 9, not 8, not 7, not 6. 11.
Oh, my bad.
And then one of them, how you strangle a motherfucker? Wake them up just to strangle them again, just to record it. Ain't no way that nigga should have got that kind of time.
So then you hitting them at the, oh man, never mind. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll be a little graphic. Never mind. I don't even worry about it, B. I don't understand why he must got a good lawyer. Is his lawyer tied to judge or something? Do them niggas go fishing or something? What the fuck is going on?
Bruh. You got it is bewildering how much of this stuff is actually happening.
Yes, bro. We only hear
As
shit
you
like this
used to
on the
say,
movies. This shit happening in real life.
in real, you think you seeing it in the movies. No, it's real freaking life. They show you this type of stuff in the movies. And what we always say, what they put in the movies is the depiction of real life. They just telling you it's entertainment.
Yeah,
Right?
and people had this. Yup, they got the saying of that. You ever heard that saying? Is the movies depicting real life, or is real life depicting the movies? You ever heard that saying before?
Well, yeah. And right now, I'm believing the movies is depicting real life. Because it's telling us what is happening. Right in front of our face. But again, I think the beautiful thing about technology is that it finally caught up to the point where you can no longer hide behind, oh, I don't know. I didn't see that. No. Everybody saw it. Because it's on camera. Cameras are everywhere now. Where you think they ain't got none of that, trust me, they got
AI
one.
pushed a lot too, though, P-Dot. Remember, I think this is why the AI, to kind of counterattack the real footage. Throw AI out there. So now we can kind of scramble the brain a little bit about what's actually real. You know, because they pushed that out way too fast.
We could say, I don't believe in that, bro. I never did believe in that. That's just something that, if you think about it, when they first started, when President Trump first started running way back in like 2016, 2017, something like that, and they were talking about deep fakes and AI this and all that stuff, they've been pushing that button to say that this is not the real thing, this is a deep fake and all that stuff. That's the reason they pushed AI as hard as they did, because now it's getting harder and harder to tell if something is AI or if it's not. So you don't know what's AI if you're not there for yourself to see it. Right? Because we talked about that on the podcast last week when I was saying about the audio messages that were being displayed or played on the internet about the so-called phone call to the Cajun Caribbean Navy or the Cajun Navy, right? We really can't say for sure, and I agree with Chop. You really can't say for sure that was them really saying, is he dead, and all that stuff in the background, because there was so much stuff going on. However, the way that call was going, your mind should be able to depict what's real in that call versus what's not real in that call, because of the way he was saying what he was saying.
That's why it's so important, though. That's why it's so important, though. Yeah, bro. That's why it's so important to scramble your shit. Think about it. That's why it's so important. So you can't decipher. Remember, this is what this is about. Deciphering the truth from the real. So if I could create something that could decipher you from, I'm gonna say that you can't really decipher from truth or real,
from fiction,
then from real or from real or from fiction, or from what's real and what's fake, what's true and what's false. If I could create something that could, you see what I'm saying, get in your way of that, or a way of you knowing that, even through your own, your own logic, like going against your own morals and means, because my shit sounds so real that you would get away from the truth. Like, if I could create something like that, P-Dot, why wouldn't I use it, right? If I'm an evil motherfucker. Why wouldn't I use that, though? Why would I keep that in the vault, knowing how many dollars that could make me, and all this greedy shit that I'm after. You know what I'm saying? So it does leave it does leave it out there, brother. I'm with you with that. It does leave it out there. That's why I always try to be optimistic about a lot of that shit, man. So your boy though, man, bro. But Justice got to lose weight though. Justice got to lose weight, and she got to get some contacts. She do, Peter.
Some bifocals, goddammit.
That misbuilt bitch gotta get in the gym round, cause this ain't working, bro. These cases is not making no sense, and y'all wonder why people be having the issues they have when it comes to shit like racism or sexism or any other ism you could fucking think of. Like it's crazy, bro, with the propaganda.
Mm-hmm. I got one more for y'all, bro, and then I'm gonna get on to yours so we could get ready for that. Now I'm gonna ask this question: why do people take something that somebody does for the betterment of the people and do fuck shit with it? Right? Listen to this, and y'all tell me if y'all think this. Now, this is from the Jamaican Jerk House, which is on St. Claude, not too far from my house, right?
Yeah, man. Shout out to Jamaican Jerk, man. They got some great food over there.
Yeah, their food is good. I'm not gonna tell no word of lie, bro. They got some good stuff over there. Now, I'm gonna tell you this: it's a little on the expensive side, but it's worth it depending on what you order. Right?
Yeah, it's expensive because they're not a corporation. That's an independent business. Independent business gonna always cost a little extra. So you know what I'm saying? You paying for that good.
Right, because they gotta make their money.
You paying for that good.
Right.
Facts.
So
I don't mind.
So this is the business owner herself, and she's talking about the restaurant.
Okay.
Now I want everybody to pay attention to. I want y'all to pay attention to what she's saying, because what she's saying is important, and that's why I said what I said at the beginning. How does somebody who takes something and do for the community? Now, if you know that their prices is high, listen to what she did just to help people who can't afford their prices during regular business hours, right? Listen to this.
Jamaican Jerk House will no longer be doing too good to go orders.
She calls the too good to go, right?
What started out as a beautiful program for restaurants and a community is no longer a great program at all. I have not been able to sit down and catch up on my numbers, but finally I had a time to go over it and see what's really been going on, because I noticed that I've been getting a lot of cancellations. If you're not familiar with Too Good To Go is a program where it essentially helps you prevent food waste and it helps the community. So you, for $7, do these surprise bags, and you can also do specials on them as well. $7, I always tell them, pack up whatever we have left, whatever's there, just pack it up in a plate and give it to them.
All that shit got seasoning in it. Fuck you mean?
Yeah.
All that shit got seasoning in it. Don't play them games. What you say, Peter? I'll be a never mind. Let's continue. I'm listening. The fuck?
It's a surprise place, so they really don't know what they're gonna get. Sometimes it says size, sometimes it says protein. Each and every time these people have picked up the food, they went and filed a complaint saying that we were closed and that they didn't get no food, when in fact we have them on camera picking the food. I have not gotten paid for this at all, because they're filing these refunds like crazy. Look at this. It's nothing but refunds and cancellations after they come pick up this food. Look, pure cancellations and refunds. Now you have to make it make sense.
I know. Why y'all
take it upon yourself?
Come on, y'all.
To do something good for the community. And these people literally, and I'm not gonna say within this community, because they could be coming from all over. I don't know.
Right.
But you take it upon yourself to do something good for the community, because a lot of these restaurants are throwing this food away. And these people literally come get this plate and walk out of there and file a cancellation report saying that you were closed, they didn't get the food, when in fact you got them on camera picking up the food.
plate, come on.
Too Good to Go is gone. I'm not doing that community program no more. I am so sorry. If somebody is hungry and they coming in at the end of the night and they want to buy something with cash, I will do it, but I am not doing it through a program where you can file all these chargebacks. It's literally nothing but chargebacks, nothing but cancellations from the time I've started this program. And it's $7, $7, $7, $7, $7.
Right.
Like, I can't do it.
Now make that make sense.
No, come on, people. It make a lot of sense.
Let's make that make sense,
bro. Y'all need to stop, bro. That don't make no fucking sense, bro. Man, what is y'all on out here, man? $7 plate, beat out of y'all. Bruh, people something else, bruh. People something else, bruh. People cheeky as a motherfucker, dog. They don't even understand it, bruh. They don't even care that they doing it. They just want you to know they did it. People are losing their fucking mind, bruh.
For $7.
You can't even help nobody, bruh. Like I said, bruh, all that shit got seasoning in it. Ain't nothing you could worry about that's coming out of that motherfucker. I could tell you that right now. I done had everything in that bitch. And anything coming to motherfucking surprise plate, Peter, is hitting.
That's crazy to work.
Except for $7.
Come on, for you stop. For $7.
That's some cheap ass shit.
Look, what she said, it could be protein, it could be vegetables. It don't matter. It's still gonna be good. All you gotta do is take it home and warm it up. You know how many people for $7 I can feed with $7, my nigga? I can buy everybody in my house a plate. Yeah, you
got people out here homeless.
You get all your own shit.
Nah, bro, that's selfish as a motherfucker, bro. And then to use the fact that her prices is what her prices is. Bitch, that ain't got nothing to do with y'all bitches doing this on $7 plates. Y'all hoes ain't doing this shit on $50 plates, $60 plates, $40 plates. Y'all doing that bullshit on $7 plates. Who the fuck you think you talking to?
$7. It would be different if they were doing it on like a $30 plate. Because I'm gonna
you
tell
feel
you,
me? That's why I bought it up, Pete. That's why I bought it up. Come on, now.
The Jamaican jerk ribs with the rice and peas, the fucking green, and it came with a little salad, I think. Nigga, all that was like $31. And the rib, I only got one rib on the plate, but that bit was big enough for me to be able to cut a piece off and give my co-worker something just because he wanted to taste that bitch. Dog, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like spending that kind of money on a single plate of food, but it was worth it that day, dog, because I had never been there and I wanted to go, and I enjoyed the food. So Jamaican Jerk House, I'm sorry that played y'all like that, man. And from P. Dot on the spot, I will
man, on behalf of the
before y'all
people, man,
one night, give you some fucking plate.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you don't deserve that, people. I second that motion with Round, bro. You know, I respect what you're saying. You know, like if you had to, if you gotta do what you gotta do, because remember that is your business, and you have to make your ends meet too when it comes down to the come down. Y'all serve some great food. You don't hear no bad reviews about them, like talking about it. You might hear some shit here and there, you know, but everybody had their little days and shit. Don't even worry about that dumbass shit. Even just you having that program and knowing that a lot of these restaurants know that they're gonna have leftover food too. They don't even think about doing no shit that y'all
choose not to participate.
That's
right.
See that you watch Hell's Kitchen? These niggas be throwing away filet mignons, nigga, in the trash. They dump that
Oh,
shit when they don't do it right.
just because they not cooked right.
Come on,
Just
Brown.
because
So
it's
don't
not
talk
cooked
to
right.
me
Oh,
about
it's
anything I'm talking
overcooked.
about right now.
It's
Don't try to debunk
undercooked.
what I'm trying to say. Don't do none of that shit if you're listening to us and paying attention. Because that shit don't make no goddamn sense, bro. Y'all know people waste millions and millions of tons of fucking food a fucking year. Y'all
Daily.
know this shit. Y'all know this shit, bro. Cakes, pies, all kind of shit. And you mean to tell me we got homeless people? Okay, cool. That's what's up. You misbuilt blind bitch. Ain't nothing popping off until she get justice get right. P. I'm telling you, bro. America has spoiled that bitch, and it ain't. And everybody getting paid off her, bro. These motherfuckers is
Yep.
scamming, scheming, and
She's a
plotting, bro. The judges down to the law. Well, we already know about the law, but the shit that leaked into every fucking body else, bro. It's crazy
yep.
work, bro. It's a normal
Oh,
people think
wait.
that
Justice
they
was supposed to
deserve
be
more.
for everybody, right? Right? Justice was supposed to be along with liberty and justice for all, right? So liberty was supposed to come first. Justice
Yeah,
was supposed to
liberty
come
too. Can't
behind,
forget
but
about
justice is the
liberty.
prostitute selling herself out. You know, justice selling herself out to the highest bidder, so she's
Yeah,
a
they
prostitute.
fucked over liberty
A
though.
misbuilt blind prostitute. Ain't that a bitch?
Hey, bro.
You know,
Hey, bro.
we
That what it look
and I
like.
can't say
Spin
justice is
that shit.
blind on all
Spin that
cases.
shit.
You
Spin
know,
that
I can't
shit.
say she blind on all cases. But with these crackers that's coming out of the barrel, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
y'all, you know what? I wonder, would it be a big surprise if all these people who think they getting off on these
Oh,
charges and incidents and stuff like that, do they honestly think that there will never be no retribution or no actual karmic type of stuff that happens to them? Because deep down, you took away something from someone that they held dearly, right? Whether it be an essay or a life. You took something from someone that they held dearly. So at some point in your life, before it is all said and done, do you not think that something is going to happen and someone that you love dearly may be taken from you in the sense that you took from somebody else? Do they not think of that or do they not care? Because I am the type of person, I don't wish bad upon no one, right? However, the stuff that this young man did, I could only surmise that something similar to what he did should happen to him.
yeah, because the amount of it, though. I think that's my problem, P. My problem is the amount of the shit that he did. Because I can see
My
somebody making
problem
a
is
mistake or going through something, but 11 times, nigga,
but
that's my problem.
but no,
11.
listen, I SA is not a mistake,
One time,
right?
first offense, that's different.
I
That's
don't
that's what
believe
I'm saying.
I yeah, I don't
11
believe
times, bro.
11 times. Yeah, you was going he literally and I think you said this a while back. It wasn't the actual act itself that he got off on. It was the fact that he had the power to do it that he got off on. If that's making sense to anybody. It wasn't the actual act itself that he got off on. It
Yeah, I
was
can do it.
knowing that he had the power to do it. I want to do this, so I'm gonna lure somebody in, and
Yep.
I'm just gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it, yep. With no repercussion. I'm just going because I know ain't nothing, yeah, I got that in my head. Exactly. It's a
He built it
mentality.
up in his head. So you can't tell me that none of that wasn't premeditated. right? We can't.
The point.
We know it was premeditated. Anytime the list that they gave, and then they say forced sodomy with instruments, meaning you literally thought about what you wanted to use, went and got it, did it, and still did it again. The
You know the nigga be watching them crazy weird kinky flicks and shit. So they won't see, you know,
they
they
won't
won't
see
do
how
it
far
too.
they could go with it. Yeah,
Yeah, they won't do it too, kid. See what I'm saying? And
you know what I'm
they
saying?
tell you media don't influence this shit. They're a fucking lie. There's a such
These
thing, bro. I'm telling you, people keep skipping past that shit, bro. Motherfucker can manipulate you, bro.
all day long.
Your favorite TV show can manipulate you, bro. Anything can
That's
manipulate you. That's what your brain do. Your brain be bubbling, full of chemicals, and that bitch be working. I'm telling you, from all different sides, bro. Your brain don't even agree with itself. I've been learning that, dog. that
that boy said your
motherfucker be
brain don't
moving.
agree with itself. That
That
boy
bitch be
said your
saying all
brain
kind of
don't
shit.
agree with itself. Damn, I ain't never heard that one.
I'm
That's what
telling
they
you,
call
yo,
double-minded.
look
That's what
at brother
double-minded
left.
means.
Brother left don't do what the right do. The back don't do what the front do. Think about it. You from every space in your brain, there's a different thing that controls something with the body and everything. So each part of your brain has its part to play. That's why I stated. That's why I said it that way. Your brain
Uh-huh.
don't. Each side is not going to agree with the other side. It's not. They're not because they're all controlled to do something different.
Your
Fact.
creative side might say, hey, you know what? Let's do this.
Uh-huh.
Rationale kicks in on the left. Bitch, you better not try that stupid shit.
Exactly. You know what? I'm gonna jump out of motherfucking plane today. No, the
And you
fuck you
butt.
don't.
Boy, ain't you afraid of heights?
Exactly.
Brain go to kick
Exactly.
it in.
And
Wait,
then
I'm
you get into
afraid of
the
heights.
emotions. Yeah. Then you get it.
Be
That's why
sitting
you
up
got
there on
these
that,
different emotions and all that type. So, you know, if
be
people
sitting
start
on the
telling you,
plane
bro, people
crying.
start thinking about shit a little more logically, you know, it wouldn't seem so difficult to figure out certain things and maybe we could get down to the nitty gritty about a lot of these cases. But once long as this there long as it's that big cloud we talking about right now, Pete, motherfuckers got the room to be criminals like him, bro. They get the get good lawyers if that's the case, or they get the be cool with it. Like a lot of this bullshit, bro, is based off a lot of loopholes and technicalities. And they know this because you know they created the rules.
But to get this man youthful offender status
I know that's
after
crazy, bro.
11
Yeah, bro.
SA charges,
He threw that one out
11.
there.
Not the well. Wait, they didn't even say that one of the charges.
Was he
Now think about
17 or
it.
was he 18?
He had to be like 17 at the time.
Okay.
Because if he'd have been 18, he'd have caught that felony as an
I was
adult.
about to say because they probably caught him just in time before he
Uh-huh.
made his 18 because he was about to go to LSU anyway, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
All right.
what the other thing that got me was the strangulation one. You committed attempted murder twice. And they called it just simple strangulation. If you wrap your hands around somebody's neck and choke them out till they die, that is attempted murder. Think about that now. If you wrap your hands around somebody's neck and choke them out till they go unconscious, that is attempted murder. Because if they die, then it becomes murder in the first degree, or premeditated murder in the first degree. You gave him just strangulation instead of attempted murder. Look how they worded that to where he could get off on it. And he probably was sitting in a jail cell by himself, reimagining all that stuff he did and busting at the same fucking time, bro. Because that's all he was getting off on. Imagine this clown going to a I can't even call LSU a prestigious school, but a school with a reputation like LSU, and having to live on campus with all these different types of people.
Different type of women. He just got more bitches to strangle. That's all I see.
He got choices now.
Yeah, he got.
And LSU is one of the. They don't want to be known as a party school, but we know LSU is a big party school.
Of course we do.
Right?
We from down here too.
They from the state where parties never end. So we know they a party school. You can't tell me they not. But they're a party school with a lot of money to spend and a lot of alcohol to drink and a lot of alleged drugs going around on that campus. So we could sit here and pretend like this dude not about to get up there and go try some shit again. He's gonna do it. Believe you me, he's gonna do it. And the fucked up part about it is, by it happening on the college campus, you know the rules for college campuses is, if something like that happened on a college campus, it's got to be dealt with within the school. They can't get outside police to come deal with that. They got to use the school police. They can't deal with the only way it goes to actual law enforcement is if the school police turn it over to law enforcement, and then they got to prosecute that way. Other than that, records is sealed. The case barely get heard about. None of that. Like, notice a lot of stuff be happening on these college campuses that they don't want to talk about, and it only gets some type of coverage if the actual people who are on a college campus that actually had it happen to them come out and say, this is what happened to me on this college campus at this time, this, that, and the other, and the college didn't do nothing about it. That's the only way we hear about it. Other than that, what happens on that college campus is like in Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens on this college campus stays on this college campus. And so now you got somebody like him who done committed 11 different types of SA, or some are the same, some are different, and 2 strangulations on one person, all in God knows how many instances, right? Because we didn't get to that part yet. And you know what? We might have to dig into that. That might be my next time. I'm gonna bring that up. I'm gonna look up and see when all these different things happen. But imagine having that person on your college campus now.
Gotcha.
Living in your dorm room. And you know they got the co-ed dorms up there. So he might get put in the co-ed dorm room. Or might be living off campus somewhere near a bunch of co-eds. And somebody gonna fall victim to him. This time he might not survive.
Yeah, Pee,
his standard might grow. It has yet to be seen. So I'm not saying that that's what he's gonna do. So hopefully the young man grow up and
I mean, you damn near wrote the man. You damn near wrote the rest of his life on him just now.
Shit, nigga,
you had the nigga college raping bitches already. Come on, man, let's move on. Be that about they.
Watch yourself,
niggas up, boy.
People.
Boy, you be lining niggas up, boy.
Hey,
you be lining niggas up.
He did it to himself.
He did, but goddamn, bitch. That nigga coming over every scenario that this nigga could have. That nigga done turned this man into Freddy Krueger. Jason, nigga. He gonna be Jason of LSU. Happy that? Never mind. Don't answer that because you gonna keep going. Never mind. So crazy
What you
ass.
got, brother? I'm about to go to your
Can we get to
playlist.
my little bullshit right quick, man? With these funeral homes, man. These motherfuckers here, bro. And shout out to the people who stayed with us for this long, bro. We almost an hour in, and we're keeping it moving. You understand? We haven't really gotten to any Nolan yet, but mine is not too long. It's a short little piece, but it's basically about this funeral homes and my one of my
Oh
favorite
shit!
words,
I forgot about my funeral. Shit.
negligence. Negligence is going on in funeral home, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think there's something behind. There's more behind this because ain't no way the same funeral homes is. I'm not saying not the same funeral homes. The same stuff is happening in these different funeral homes all around the U.S. I might say, these cases is getting worse. They're finding more and more people not taken care of, decomposed, missing pieces, uh, old old aborted babies, selling shit to universities without nobody knowing about it, under the counter money, uh, all kind of shit, y'all, that we done kind of touched on our channel. So I'm in that mode now to where I think this is some kind of organized situation. Now I think there's big money and corporations behind this. I just can't prove it yet, but I would definitely be digging more into this. So, just to trip y'all out right quick, while I was bringing this forward, because I found this like I think like 2 weeks back with what he got about to show y'all. This happened in New Orleans, where he about to show you. Uh, but while I was putting that in the playlist, Associate Press AP hit me and said just an hour ago, 50 bodies was found in one of the Chicago funeral homes, all decomposed and fucked up.
Oh yeah, I
Not
got hit with
not
that one too.
completely. You got it. You got it ready, Pete?
Yeah, I got yours up. It's ready.
Oh, all right. Yeah, go ahead, play him, bro. Just let him see what I'm talking about.
Wait, what you say, Silent? My mic went out.
I was saying, just go ahead and play it. Let you see what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Our investigation into an evicted New Orleans funeral home.
Now, a recently filed lawsuit alleges a mother's body decomposed. As the State Board of Embalmers and Funeral Directors confirms, it is investigating the service and the owner at the funeral home. Investigator Aubrey Killian spoke with the attorney who filed the lawsuit.
Well, this new lawsuit, it was filed last Thursday. The owner hasn't been served with it just yet, but the family attorney says, quote, "What happened to these families is horrific."
We're doing the right thing. We answering the phone. We giving back refunds. We gave back all the people we had.
That's Gary Lewis, the owner of New Orleans Cremation Service, Inc. We called to ask him about this new lawsuit. According to the suit, Chanel Jones alleges that her mother, Darlene Carter, was not timely embalmed or properly refrigerated. Bodies were sent to the coroner after the funeral home's eviction earlier this month. In the suit, it's alleged that Jones viewed her mother's body and was shocked and sickened to discover fluids coming from her mother's body, and that her mother's body had allegedly decomposed to the point where there could be no open casket.
We only had Darlene Carter for less than 72 hours. Darlene Carter did not pay no bill at our place. That man did not even come in to make arrangements. Darlene Carter was picked up by a removal service, brought into our care, and the family never came to our place for no visitation.
The lawsuit also alleges, upon viewing her mother's body in the advanced state of decomposition, Jones became emotionally distraught and physically nauseous. The suit comes as the State Board of Embalmers and Funeral Director says they're now investigating Lewis and the business. They say anyone who believes they have been harmed by the funeral establishment should complete the board's complaint form. Lewis maintains he's doing what he can to fix the situation.
We got a complaint to the board, and we responded to the complaint with the board that that body was not in our care but 2 to 3 days. The law says 72 hours in bomb and or refrigeration. We had the largest mortuary cooler in the city.
And families started reaching out to WDSU for help earlier this month after the funeral home's eviction. Deanna James had been searching for her family's ashes since May. She got ashes the same day we reported on her concerns, but she still has questions.
In the box.
Wow.
It's just sad.
But how do you know that's your loved one?
Thank you. Them people, that nigga tore up. You heard that nigga on the phone? Well, who else had the body, bitch? We only had the body for 72 hours. Well, the people bought the body straight to you. What are you talking about? How the bitch you didn't put that lid in the...
So if you only had the body...
You ain't put that lid in that freezer,
if you
bro.
didn't
You
put
full
the
of
body
shit.
in... Wait, this the thing. You kept hearing your boy say, after the eviction. So y'all wasn't even paying y'all bills.
You
Y'all
see what
gotta
I'm
put out
saying,
your own
DD?
motherfucking crematory service.
Man, that
You wasn't paying no
nigga full
bill.
of shit, man. That nigga that full of shit. So what you do with the body when you're not paying bills though? What you do with the body, Pete? Let's say that's the case, right? What do you do with the body?
You still you gotta do what you gotta do. You supposed to take care of that body.
Oh right. So my point is you don't take the salad out to let it spoil, Pete. You don't sit it on the counter for it to spoil because it can't afford to be in the refrigerator. The lady them say that the body would decompose like a motherfucker, but people throwing up and shit. And then they gonna say he only had it 72 hours. Something don't make sense though. I'm not just listening to them. I'm listening to his dad too on that phone, bro. That's not. He ain't got a name or nothing on that. What you just asked me? They ain't got a name or nothing on that fucking box of ashes. We don't know what the fuck that is. That could be a horse. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about the negligence of the funeral home, and he trying to make it seem like it's the people not paying their bills. So which one?
Bullshit. Somebody getting paid because the insurance company got to pay for that.
Fuck. You feel me? What kind of car do you drive, sir? I don't know.
On the real.
You know,
where your house at? Let's see your house.
Well, you know what I'm saying, bro? I don't know, bro. But I'm not gonna just look at the people, him believing him saying they wasn't paying their bills. I don't know. Hey, bro, that's the first thing a fucking landlord gonna say when they on some dumb shit too. I done seen that shit happen in both ways. But if somebody's showing you evidence, Pete, look at the box. The man name not even on it, dog. With a date or none of that. When they burnt, none of that on the box.
Nothing. That could be.
That's everything to do with the funeral home. That's everything to do with him. That's everything to do with negligence in his establishment.
That could be a box of burnt ash from some charcoal, nigga. Fuck. Scoop that shit. Scoop them charcoal ashes out of there.
Come on, bro.
That's fucked up.
Let's keep it going, bro. We're gonna keep it moving though. I just want to show y'all some of this shit. This shit crazy. What do y'all think on the replay? You know what I'm saying? If y'all listening to it leave it in the comments, man. What y'all think about this? Is this negligence or nah?
Oh, you want me to finish this video or go to the
finish
next?
playing. It's not finished. Huh?
No, it's not finished.
Play that bit, man.
No label or anything saying.
Tiffany Coleman lost her mother to cancer in June. She reached out to WDSU after our story aired last week.
It's very hard thinking about that. Maybe I didn't do my best. Maybe I should have chose differently.
That's the next thing.
Maybe I shouldn't have gone with what I thought was more reasonable, but I didn't have it to give.
After airing her story, she says she was refunded by Lewis. In our phone call Tuesday, Lewis says he's taken issue with the way he and his service has been portrayed in her coverage.
Lou getting
Lewis
mad,
did say
Peter, I
he's
know,
helped the
but he get
community
mad.
by offering low prices on funeral services.
We want to have both sides. So is there?
And you say that bull, and you never say my side of the story.
While the lawsuit alleges Lewis was represented as a licensed.
You never say that bullshit. You never play my side of the story, nigga. Ain't no side. Your stupid
You sound
ass
guilty, bitch.
On the phone crying because you got to give up that money now, Scrooge McDuck.
Exactly.
Shit,
He
you got to
dirty
get
for
that
that,
money
bro.
up
He
now.
dirty for that one, bro. I ain't like his response neither, P. I ain't like his response at all, dog. I didn't, bro. If you gonna make it seem like you ain't had nothing to do with it, I don't think that's the way you supposed to fucking respond, though.
No, indeed, no. Calm, cool, and collective. We have been cooperating with investigators during this time. We've been making sure all efforts have been met to take care of these families, loved ones. We are doing our own internal investigation to find out what happened with such and such's body, to make sure that their loved one was treated with respect and dignity. Like, if I don't have nothing to hide, I'm not about to be angry, yelling, screaming, and all that there in the phone. I'm gonna be calm, cool, and collected. Right?
Not him.
You get all
He felt some
agitated
type
and
of
shit, but
He's
you know
making me
what?
look a certain type of way. I'm fighting for my life. It sounded like R. Kelly, man. Come on, bro.
You know, you can't sit up there and say you was doing what you was supposed to be doing with all these complaints. Everybody can't be saying the same thing. And they all saying the same thing. You were not
Same
doing
thing.
what you were paid to do. We paid you to take care of my loved one. It took me weeks to get my loved one's ashes from you. It don't take that long to get no goddamn ashes from somebody that's been cremated.
Sure.
What, I gotta stand there and watch you do the thing now?
Exactly.
Because I'm telling
I
you,
gotta
that's what it's
stand there
going
and
to.
watch you. Exactly.
I gotta
Come on,
stand
man.
there and watch you burn my loved one up.
The fuck,
And
bro?
say,
What I'm paying you for? I could do that shit myself.
Right. I could set up a whole altar in my backyard and burn their ash to ashes.
Yeah, man. If I
And
didn't think the
then scoop up
police
the
was gonna
ashes.
take me to jail, bitch, I probably would. Fuck. Come on, bro. These people is getting away with too much shit, and I think is something else behind the scenes that we don't know about when it comes to these funeral homes, bro. I know there's definitely big money into it. Now, I'm you know me, I'm gonna follow the money, Peter. So I know it's big money behind it. So I'm not gonna say I don't know nothing behind it. I definitely have some ideas about what can be organized around it. I just want more pieces. I just want to know if there's more pieces that I'm thinking about too. But
Organ harvesting.
All kind of, yeah. That's a part of that branch of that tree. So
that's probably how that lady poor lady body. That we only had her body for 72 hours, nigga. If you got the body and had the body for 72 hours,
it shouldn't have been looking like that.
You gotta remember, the coroner gotta get that body, go through the autopsy and all that stuff, right? That takes a couple of days to do the determination of the cause of death. Then you gotta turn around from that, wait from the body to go from the coroner's office to your crematory service, which may take another couple of days. So right now, we at a week right now. Human decomposition, especially in heated environments, bodies break down a hell of a lot faster.
I was about to say, I'm glad you said that goof ass shit. In heated environment. The body wasn't supposed to be never in no heated environment, Peter. You know that. So
everybody knows that.
He has no excuse. That body should have never looked decomposed. I think that's what you're getting to, but
yeah, it should have never. A little decomposition, some makeup will fix that. You heard me? That body gotta be feeling like a fucking popsicle when it get to the service. Cause that's by the time you think about it, how many churches we go to now, they got the fan, they got fans in that bitch, they got the AC trying to run, and then you got all them people in there. It's gonna get fucking hot.
It's very comfortable in that bitch. You're right. Yeah, it's
So
not happening, motherfuckers,
you
at all.
definitely got to get them people. That's why church, if you notice them funeral services, they be trying to get in and out that motherfucker as fast as possible now. Because the more people in that bitch, the higher they get, the faster that body start deteriorating, makeup running off, and before you know it, you got a funny odor
Didi said
fulminating
only
in the
up to
church.
2 weeks. Yep.
Only
Didi
up to
said
2
only
weeks.
up
That's
to 2
right.
weeks.
That
Yeah.
up to 2 weeks. Now think about it. Like I said, if the coroner got the body 1 week just doing the autopsy and getting ready to send the body out to the crematory service, and the crematory service get it and hold that body down another week for the preparation for the funeral, that's the 2 weeks right there. And you talking about you only had the body 72 hours and the body was badly decomposed like that when fluids was still leaking out. You hadn't done the embalming, fluid still leaking out of the body, and the body's decomposition was so bad they couldn't even do an open casket. They had to do a closed casket funeral for a person that wasn't disfigured or nothing like that. So that tell me you sat on that body and left that body out all that time just for that body to decompose like that and then get mad because the people say they want their fucking money back. I want my money back too, bitch. You let my mama decompose to the point where she's unrecognizable. And then you got the nerve to be mad?
Had me gagging in that bitch. Ain't gonna have an attitude. That's another part. Why you got an attitude, sir?
Ain't no
But
way, man.
I digress, P. I digress, brother. We could get into the segment if you're ready, brother.
All right. So, people, you know, this, like I said, this is part 4 of us doing our continuing coverage on Nolan Wells, right? So I want everybody to think for a second. How would you feel if your child went out with friends and did not come back? Now, we already done pretty much talked about that already, right? We done pretty much talked about that. That's one of the things that we know for sure. We've all answered
Now, that's
that
a good question for the audience, though. You say that one more time?
How would you feel if your child went out with friends and didn't come back?
And never came back.
Never come back.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Right.
Yep. Gotta put that
Right.
never.
So, knowing just that little bit of information, we've started delving deep into the rabbit hole of what is going on with this particular case. We've heard from the civil rights attorney Ben Crump about the autopsy, and that the autopsy is going before a grand jury for review. We've heard that bits and pieces of this man's body is missing, right? We've heard that there is evidence that something was done to the body, but nothing to say that it was an act of foul play. But foul play cannot be ruled out because of where the specific indicators on the body are, which are at the back of the head, the neck, the lungs, and stuff like that. So all of these things coming into place, right? We can't say it's about race, because me personally, my belief is that unaliving somebody is just unaliving somebody, because y'all supposed to be this is supposed to be a case that's not about race. It's just about finding out what happened, right? So we can't say that it's about race, but we definitely cannot say that it's not about race. We can't say that it was murder, but we definitely can't say that it wasn't murder, for those of y'all who know what I'm trying to say. So now we've delved into the point where, because this mother is advocating for her son, this family, mother and father, are advocating for their son, now you decide to do something that is what I would say is beyond reproach at this point. So before we get into that, because I got 3 videos and I want to get those out the way, and then I'm gonna let my brother get on with his videos, and we're gonna do a little bit of talking. So I'm gonna let this fair warning finish playing, and then we're gonna get to the first video, and I want y'all to understand that this is something that we take seriously, right?
Thanks.
So wait, no, okay, bam, here we go. I want y'all to listen to this young lady, man, and understand where she's coming from. Wait, why did that volume get so loud all of a sudden?
I'll turn it down. I got you.
Okay. So I want y'all to listen to this lady. I think that's Kim Wayne's, one of the Wayne sisters.
Okay, man, I love Kim, man. One of my favorite people in the world.
And she laid it out on the line for this one, man. And
But I ain't the one to gossip, so you ain't heard that from me. You ever seen her do the Benita Patel?
Yes,
man,
sir.
I'm telling you, I'm definitely a fan.
That one,
I'm definitely a supporter. Excuse my language. I'm definitely a supporter of Kim.
What her name was? When she was doing I think she used to do the Macy Gray act.
What her name? Charlie. Not I was about to say Charlie Chapman. No, I'm way off.
Tracy
What's
Chapman.
That name? Tracy Chapman. I knew it was close. It was something like with the church. Yeah. Tracy Chapman staring out the window and shit. She did the Lucy too. You ever seen her do Lucy? The Black Lucy.
No.
Yeah.
I
Come on, I told you I was. Yeah, I fuss with her. Yeah.
And to be honest, I do have a slight crush on her, man. I've been having
a. In living color.
So just to get that out the way, but that's one of my celebrity crushes. So big shout out, super sexy. Anyway,
spicy.
So I want y'all to listen to what she gotta say, man, and y'all give me y'all feedback on this because I feel where she's coming from, and I understand it. And people need to understand that this is not a game, man. Like some of this stuff that we do not have to keep dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
And there's too many instances of this that's happening, and too many people getting just slaps on the wrist, or they not, that's why I say what I said. We can't say that it's not murder, but we can't say that it is. We can't say that it's not about race, but we definitely can't say that it's not. So check this lady out, man, and y'all tell me what y'all feedback is. And this for the people in the comments too. Y'all let me know what y'all got.
We can't hear you, Pete.
Oh, sorry. Might have to take it down.
And we can't see it. Yeah. You ain't even got it. Yeah, you ain't got it up on screen for us, man.
Oh,
it's all good. Take your time.
I thought I had it on screen. My bad, folks. All right, so I'm gonna start it back from the beginning. Bam. Check her out if it don't go to commercial. Cause I hate that it does that to me. You bet not go to commercial. God dang it. Come on, play the video.
And listen, I'm a comic and I'm having fun. But the point that I'm trying to make is that there's power in community.
That's not
and I can't think of any better power, better proof of that than the greatest day in American Black history.
Captured on video a violent brawl in Alabama that appeared to involve a group of voters and a black yacht with it.
After the initial altercation, members of the crew and community jumping in to defend the riverboat's co-captain. As you can see from this new footage, a man even swinging a folding chair.
Let me tell y'all something. When a black person's therapist tell them to close their eyes and imagine something that brings them joy, that's what's playing in their head. People, that's how you look out for your black friends. If your friendship doesn't involve you swimming across a channel to whoop somebody's with lawn furniture, so why am I talking about this now? Because 3 weeks ago, a young black man went out with his all-friend group and did not return home.
Questions are growing over how a black Mississippi teen, after he went on a boating trip with a group of friends who were all
Nolan Wells went to the island in a boat with friends on July 4th. Authorities say Wells' friends left the island and he stayed behind and was supposed to take a different boat back to the mainland Saturday, but never did.
Wells' family says that does not sound like their son and that their son's friends have not fully cooperated.
Do you think that race may be involved in what happened to your son? I don't want to believe it is, but unfortunately, there's patterns, right?
Unfortunately, there's patterns. Nolan Wells' life was just getting started.
Right.
And after what should have been a fun, carefree afternoon, it was cut tragically short. And while we don't yet understand exactly what occurred, we do know stuff like this happens all the time. And Nolan Wells, sadly, is not the only black child we've lost. When there's a lone black person anywhere, all these questions come up. Is it because people weren't looking out for us? Do they think it's a joke? Is keeping quiet just easier than telling the truth? Y'all need to realize that, unlike Mitch McConnell, racism is still alive and well. And I know we can't solve every problem overnight, but what we can do today in memory of Nolan Wells and all of the black youth we've lost is stop indulging in your own ignorance. If you believe in equality, show up. If you believe black people aren't second-class citizens, then don't treat us like second-class friends.
And that's from BWBH.
Yeah, shout out to BW, bro. I think I follow their channel. But P Dot, I gotta tell you, bro, on the real, you my nigga, bro. I fuck with you, bro. Nigga, that ain't Kim Wayne's, bro.
That's not Kim. Ooh, that is this.
Bro, you down bad. You get the gone.
Oh, that is. I thought she was one of the Wayne sisters.
She's definitely a comedian. That's Leslie. That's Leslie Jones.
Oh,
bro.
Leslie. Yeah. I had
Yeah, man. God damn it. You had me looking for Kim and shit. Boy, you had me crying laughing over there.
Leslie,
You
that's
play
her
too
name.
much, bro. You know I'm gonna have to clip this, right? P Dot thinks Leslie Jones is Kim fucking Wayne's, boy. I think you need to
I
look
thought
up
her name
15
was
pictures.
fucking Kim. My bad.
God
I'm sorry,
damn it.
Miss
No, you
Kim.
apologize to her. Don't apologize to me,
I'm
nigga.
sorry, Miss Kim. I'm sorry, Miss Leslie. I'm sorry, bro. I had it
He
wrong.
didn't move no home, yo. He didn't. That's my dog. He loved both of you. He loved both of y'all. I'm telling you. Oh, but yeah, bro. But I mean, it does raise eyebrows. This is kind of what we touch on, you know. P, I'm glad you brought that up, or show that other people are actually having, those same type of mind frames. Yeah, in dialogues about these type of situations, because it's not just us. But I don't like what I don't like though, is that how the media how the media announce these situations. Like there's something to do with a black boat, they never come home, and like I don't like that baseball commentary bullshit about when some shit happening when it comes to a situation like this that has anything to do with race, because they push a narrative as well, Pete, and I don't like how they do that, bro. Like they feed off of black people getting riled up about it being a black boy that this happened to, and they also feed off of whites ignorance about black plight when it comes to being around white people. You see what I'm saying? And it's a very weird dynamic, and it push people in a perspective to where they feel like they have to pick a side. But the whole real thing is to actually dissect all this shit together. That's the magic, Peter. That's the God in everybody. That we should be piecing all this up together to really find out what happened. And whatever did happen, let it lay, bro. Because, happened, whatever happened, it happened already. Like a lot of times, people like to take the God out of it, bro, and I like to, I like to push, push it to that side a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Why when they push it away, I try to push it a little more closer. So I just had to say that, bro, because a lot of times people not really paying attention to what the media and whoever has a narrative are trying to pull you that way. I don't want our podcast to be that. I want us to be on the truth side, Pete. That's why I don't like to stir a narrative of what I think could happen before I actually give real sound advice, or not advice, evidence. I'm sorry, or at least some facts, right? Or at least spill some type of truth about the situation first before I actually give a futuristic opinion about what's actually could happen. Because a lot of people feed off of that and then pull people over to clickbait them, dog. And I don't rock with that shit. I don't like it at all. And I know people don't. I know some people don't do it, maliciously. At the same time, people got to understand that your actions does have reactions, and sometimes,
Consequences.
yeah, and consequences, exactly. And a lot of times people don't want to put that into the fact that make it seem like they're innocent when they're not. You have to be accountable for your actions. And that's what it's going to come down to. And I want to be accountable for good things, Peter. I don't want to be accountable for some fuck shit I done did because I was looking for some likes or because I wanted the extra revenue on my YouTube stream, or you see what I'm saying? Like I don't want like that, though. I don't think like that, and I'm trying to keep it solid to where I know shit can happen if I just be true to myself and be truthful to my people. You know what I'm saying? And I think if people thought like that a lot, money and power wouldn't control people the way it do, dog. Looking out for others is very important. It's something so simple, bruh, but it's so hard to do, Pete. You feel me? People don't realize how much they don't look out for other motherfuckers, like until other motherfuckers tell you, or you actually see it, and like, damn, that nigga down bad, bro. What's going on with him? Well, what did you contribute to help him out?
Or what
you
did you
just gonna
contribute to
stand there
make
and
him?
just, you see what I'm saying? Like,
A lot of people don't think
you know,
about what
we're
contribution.
very selfish as a human, as a human race. Who shall sing the human race? What Bob and them said, bro?
I think
shall
a
save it,
lot
bro?
of people don't think about the fact that even though you may make contributions, right? Some contributions that you make to people are contributions that you don't need to be giving to people. As
Oh,
far as, because a lot of time, a motherfucker will say, well, I'm only doing this to help you, but steady pushing you further and further over the edge instead of pulling you back away from it. You know what I'm saying?
that's exactly what I was. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Yep.
So,
That's exactly what I mean. Yep.
and a lot of times, those same people that say, oh, well, I'm doing this just to help you. No, motherfucker, you making it worse, man. You know? And when you tell them that, they be like, well, fuck it, I ain't gonna help you no more. It ain't about that.
But what was
No,
your
no.
intentions in the first place, then? Right. Right.
Right. What were your true intentions? Were you doing it to say that you were helping me? Because if you were, right? If you
Hey,
were doing it to actually help, you wouldn't have nothing to say. You would just do it.
them young churn says for the clout. So a lot of motherfuckers get away
For the
with that, bro.
likes
That's
and for
why.
the clouts and this and that.
Yeah, and
I'm
that's why
not.
it's so hard for us to find truths when it comes to this case, Peter. This case
It's
is,
all about clout.
yeah, bro, and people is riding on this racist train. So we're getting further and further away from the truth, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to be one of those podcasts that just,
Oh, guess what?
what's up?
You ain't heard nothing yet, because guess what? Check this one out. listen to this bullshit. You like you say, it's getting further and further away from the truth. However, like you say, you
Make sure
like
you
following the
present it
money,
too, because
right?
you took it down. If you present, make sure you present something.
I got you.
There you go.
Like you say, if it's about getting to the truth, listen to what this young lady say. Nah, Nolan Wells fundraiser raises big legal questions, right? Now, you would think that the person they talking about is Nolan Wells' family, right? They're not. Listen to who they talking about.
Warren Hudson's dad has organized a fundraiser for anticipated litigation against people discussing the case.
Anticipated litigation against people discussing the case.
Yeah. That's what I've been
Right?
hearing. Yeah, that's what I've been
Now,
hearing.
why would you want to have a fundraiser for litigating, meaning bringing people up on charges just for discussing a case? First of all, this is P dot, right? I am P dot. And I am sitting here saying right now, you can't say that people cannot discuss this case because it has been made public. Right? Once it became public, anybody and everybody can discuss it because it's been put out in the public. I could say literally what I feel to believe in my heart of hearts is up, down, left, right, diagonal, all that with this case. Why? Because it's public now. And every little bit of public information that comes out about this case is something to be discussed. We're not actually in a courtroom, right? Sitting before a judge. We're not on a jury under gag orders. And there's nothing nobody can tell us about this because it's public now. So the only people I could see them saying that they want to bring litigation against would be the people directly tied to the case, meaning the judges, the lawyers, the families, the victims, stuff like that. But you can't even really do that because these people trying to get to the bottom of what happened. And so you saying you want to bring litigation against anybody who discusses the case. How are we really supposed to get to the bottom of what happened? Me personally, I already feel like y'all trying to just sweep this under the rug so this could just be one more black death that never gets solved with no real confirmation of how the young man was
End up the way he ended up. Yeah, facts.
yeah,
Like Kendrick Johnson. Yeah. Because he was full of newspaper when they tried to do a second one on him.
Yeah.
So let's not act like I know it's no I just had to help you out with that. I want to let people know what you're saying. This didn't happen before, people. He's not
it's not the
making
first
up
time and
nothing
it
right
ain't gonna
now.
be the last.
Fact.
But we
It
not
does.
gonna sit here and hire and I'm like this here. If you holding a fundraiser to bring litigation against people who may be discussing the case, what are you trying to hide? There were hundreds of people out there on those boats out there. Somebody saw something. Somebody recorded something. Somebody took a picture of something. All of these people need to be brought in to discuss what happened during their time out there. And you saying you want to bring litigation against them for discussing the case, but they're potential witnesses. They have to discuss the case. So what the fuck are we talking about? Right? So I'm gonna let it play some more, and trust me, you gonna hear several things in here that tells you that this is sounding more and more like a cover-up job versus trying to get to the actual truth of the matter. So I'm gonna let it play a little bit more for y'all. Listen to this here.
They're raising money before a complaint has even been filed. The fundraiser says if litigation becomes necessary. So an ER doc who offered a $50,000 reward is now collecting money just in case? And get this, the funds are being received by Taylor and Cox, whose founder, Calvin Taylor, is also a sitting judge, serving the same South Mississippi community as Judge Ashley Cole. So if a judge's family is using a legal fund to identify and potentially sue residents in the same community where that judge serves, what happens if one of those residents later appears before that judge? Even if the judge's family decided not to sue, couldn't investigating a resident in preparation to possibly sue them still create an appearance of bias if they had a case before that judge? Something the Mississippi Code of Judicial Conduct warns against? What if that resident doesn't even know that they were being researched by this legal team? How could they ensure that their case was heard fairly in court? The questions just keep adding up.
Now, did y'all hear that foolishness? These people are seriously saying, if you are a potential witness and you call in to talk about that case, that they may bring charges in litigation against you to sue you from not talking about the case. What the is this we talking about? And then, God forbid, something else happened and you got to go before either one of them judges in that county. They both working together. He working to protect her family, and she's going to do the same by literally investigating the people that have to go before these state judges. So think about how that sounds. I put up $50,000 to say, hey, anybody with information, I got $50,000 for the information that you give, right? But I'm also going to turn around and backdoor that and start a fundraiser so that if you turn over information to me, we're going to start investigating you on the back end to see who you talking to, what you talking about with regards to this matter. You can't do that. That's a contradiction in law all sorts of ways. Furthermore, you shouldn't even be involving yourself in that, because this trial may have to come before your bench. And look at what we're faced with. So now you done implicated yourself. You can't get involved in it. Right? You can't say nothing because you put up $50,000 for information, and now you're trying to set up a fundraiser to prevent people from talking about the case, or they gonna be getting sued. That's the second part. Then the mother of one of the said friends, she can't involve herself in the case because you're a sitting judge in that county. So even if this does turn into a trial of murder, neither one of y'all in that county or the entire state can sit on the bench to preside over that trial. Because as far as right now, it's looking like the whole state of Mississippi got some problems going on down there. Right? So this would most likely have to be something that will be tried in other places other than Mississippi. It would have to be tried somewhere where the jury is going to be a completely mixed jury, both black, white, brown, Asian, and other, right? That way it's not just a one-sided jury vote, which we've seen happen. This would probably have to be something like you say, that's the for the evidence to go before a grand jury to decide if this was foul play or not, which hopefully laws stay the same. They come back with a verdict of foul play, because there's no way that this person goes out on the 4th, gets found on the 6th, body is decomposed, pieces is fucked up, body parts is fucked up, and then they go to the coroner's office and body parts come up missing. The key parts to determine what actually happened to the body, right? So we got all these things going on, and then you turn around and tell me you want to bring litigation against people for discussing the case. It's public. Ain't nowhere you could turn right now where this case isn't across the news somewhere. So what, you gonna sue the whole country? Guarantee you lose that case.
At this point, it just sounds like they pulling at straws too, for me, because like I was telling you, a lot of times the other side, people getting on their ass now. Remember, social media go both ways. So it's not only the people that's saying that they didn't do it or they ain't got nothing to do with it. There's the other side where people are saying, "Yeah, you motherfuckers did it. We're gonna kill your ass." It's their ass is getting harassed too, Peter. So what's happening is the pressure is not being took the way it get took for us. So for them, it's like, oh man, we can file this report for people that's doing this. We could do this for that. Remember, I just put last week, right? The judge got what? Life threatened, right? And they was able to find the man and all that shit over the internet. This man lived away in California. Remember the shit?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a continuance of that same stuff. Okay? That's why I got my little piece. It's not long at all neither with the Common High situation. I want you to hear some of the death threats and stuff that these people are actually getting from the other side. And I'm not saying that it's wrong or right or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they had to do with the case for them, to be getting these death threats and all that. You see what I'm saying? I don't know that. That's for the Most High with them. Only they know what they got involved with and all that, P. For them to be getting that. It is happening though. It's happening though. So just imagine when we think about stories like Malcolm X, right? When he stood up against the Nation of Islam, P.
Mm-hmm.
It would call that man his death threats. But in the media, what they were saying, Malcolm X went against the nation, talking that baseball talk again. Commentary shit. So with the media and how this goes, there's always a narrative, y'all. And a lot of time these narratives is meant to push you a certain way, whatever your emotions is. So check your emotions sometimes when it comes down to listening to a lot of these situations, y'all. Because remember, it's about having sympathy and compassion for people, period. That's the only thing that's still keeping us in the grace we in, right? They like to make us feel bad for being good people. They like to make us feel bad for being so-called weak. But remember, y'all, you gotta be a strong motherfucker to be weak for somebody, all right? You gotta be a tough motherfucker to say, hey, you're welcome here, and you can enjoy the fruits of my labor. I've worked my ass off. Here's the bed. You can lay in it if you're poor for the night. It takes a lot of courage, y'all, to be a good fucking person. And I don't think people get to see that. Yeah, I don't think they get to see it neither, P, on media and news and TV and their favorite movies and all that shit neither. P, remember, they're pushing to make this money. Get this fucking money. Don't worry about nobody else. Do you? This is the motive I'm showing you. And this is what's being pushed to y'all too. And I'm telling y'all, that's the wrong fucking way to think about everything. I'm telling
Money,
y'all,
money, 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 money,
this
money.
is this this is a time of reflection. And we can't be caught up in materialistic bullshit right now. You push and you strive for whatever you can make and whatever you get. Congratulations, person. Kudos to you. You fought for it. You worked for it. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to give people fucking credit and not looking at yourself through their eyes. That you didn't do that. Them people got that because they did that, not you. You work on. You see what I'm saying? They don't be worried about nobody else. But people would do that. People would compare, contrast, and all that shit, bro. And guess where it leads down? It leads down the path of destruction, dog. I've been preaching this shit from the beginning, bro. You can't do it, bro. This is how evil works, nigga. Order under chaos. Out of chaos, excuse me. Order out of chaos. Confuse and fuck up everything. Remember, if y'all into your Bible or if you're not, the Tower of Babel. Okay? Let's stop playing. What was the Tower of Babel, Silent? The Tower of Babel, it was people that was going through and doing whatever. They made a big tower to go against it because basically they was like, well, hey, we could do whatever we want. All kind, they all had it together, y'all. I'm talking about all kind of shit. God confused everybody language. Ain't mad one of them motherfuckers do exactly. Nobody knew what they were talking about. So it just became a time where now it's a whole bunch of confusion. And then you saw the collapse of the Tower of Babel. It's a misconception, it's a misnotion to think that you are the shit. Once you get in that mode, Peter, you become a serial killer, dog. Did you know that? When you think it's all about you, you are actually on your way to becoming a serial killer. I'm
Yeah,
sorry to
I'm
laugh,
sorry.
y'all, because
My
I know
mic
I'm
was
going to
off.
left fault. I know I'm going fault, but I'm telling y'all, this is how that shit. This is how these people is created. Jeffrey Dahmer and all that. I know y'all probably watched that Netflix series, Jeffrey Dahmer. That motherfucker thought he was the shit. He thought he could just take niggas to his crib, Pete, and have a bite. You know what I mean?
That boy said, take a nigga to the crib and just have a bite. That's a good one.
Lunch is on me, yeah. Literally. What the fuck? Like, what kind of confidence do you gotta have to do this? You see what I'm saying, Pete? That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like the narcissistic vibe you have to have to go that far with some shit. So I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all living on that line, and y'all don't know it. Y'all living on that fucking line. Be careful with a lot of this shit, man, because it's definitely happening.
Okay, my next video, I forgot.
That's
Get the
it.
next video lined up for y'all right quick. Oh, all right. Come on, get this ad off my screen, people. I'm coming, y'all. There we go. Check this bullshit out. This another tactic that they employing right now. But I guarantee they not going after the people who did this shit. Like they went after the people who threatened that judge. Look at this.
WAPT's Ross Adams is joining us live from the Mississippi Board of Nursing in Ridgeland. Ross, what have you learned tonight?
Well, here at the board, administrators say they can't even confirm whether an actual complaint has been filed against Ms. Wansley. Her attorney says this is all about intimidation.
It's heartbreaking and it's concerning.
Nolan Wells' mother, Christine Wells Wansley, is under scrutiny. Family attorney Benjamin Crump said Wednesday the Mississippi Board of Nursing has opened a professional misconduct investigation on Wansley based on a complaint filed by an anonymous person.
Look who's standing in there. Look who's standing in there. I know y'all know that face right there to the left of the screen.
Who that is? You want to tell everybody who that is? For the
That's
people who
good
don't know.
old Mark Morial.
Ah.
New Orleans super champ.
Now, I'm glad you brought this up, too, with this lady. I just want to say this right quick, then, too, because this goes into what I was saying about them. Now, the media is showing that, well, the family of the people who are the suspects are getting harassed. Well, this lady getting harassed, too. So now we 1-1, P-Dot. Let's continue.
Mm-hmm.
Crump says that complaint is a, quote, warning shot at a grieving mother meant to pressure and scare her into staying silent. It's a distraction, it's intimidation, and we will not let it stand.
There's been questions about our parenting.
Wansley recently spoke about the harassment her family has faced since calling for justice after her 18-year-old son was found dead on Horn Island 2 days after he went missing on 4th of July.
I've been called a racist. I am a healthcare provider, and I take my job very seriously.
When we went to the Board of Nursing at this office building in Ridgeland to find out more about the complaint, the executive director and board legal counsel told us they can't even confirm whether they've received a complaint. According to its website, once the nursing board investigates a complaint and it's deemed valid, they could issue a reprimand, fine, suspension, or completely revoke a nurse's license. Family attorney Crump says Ms. Wansley lost part of her identity the day Nolan died, and he says someone is now trying to steal another part of it. He says the cruelty exemplified by this, quote, anonymous complaint knows no bounds. For now, we're live in Ridgeland. Ross Adams, 16 WAPT News.
Now, just to get a little more context on that. That wasn't the only complaint that got filed on that lady. That's only the one that they wanted to talk about. They had several complaints come in filed against that lady, and that lady, from what they were saying, she had no prior issues with clients or residents or patients of any sort. No write-ups, no verbals, no nothing. Yet, all of a sudden, she getting complaints. So somebody need to tell me where that makes sense at, that this lady been working for this company all that time.
No, it's harassment, P. They're getting harassed, bro, because of this case. People who feel like they're blaming the other people who they looking out for. You know, they calling her and calling the jobs and all that. That's called doxing and shit. They call people jobs and all that. People like the YouTube streets and Instagram, the Instagram lane and all that shit, man. These motherfuckers are food, dog. That's what they do now, bro. If they don't like something about you, they find out where you work at and all that, and yeah, call your shit. Like I'm telling you about with the other families and all that. They finding their phone numbers and all that, leaving them voicemails and everything on Facebook and FP. Yes, it's happening, brother. You sound a little surprised, or like you don't know why. You know why this is happening. It's because of the case. If you don't, Yes, this it's serious, bro. A lot of people are involved with this. A lot of people are concerned. A lot of people on both sides, though. That's why this is crazy as it is, because it's happening on both sides. So just kind of pay attention to that too.
Hell yeah. All right, so my last video, and then I'm passing it on because I know we've been dragging. But this is a video where they actually show the boats and the people, and they talk with somebody from the Cajun Navy to go. And this is coming from Nancy Grace, y'all. So bear with me. I don't know too much about Nancy Grace. You know, I know she used to be a lawyer and a judge or something like that, and you know she's very good at what she does. And, again, I don't know too much about the lady personally, or you know too much about the show because I don't watch cable like that. But she's gonna be asking this person that speaks from the Cajun Navy some very important questions, and he's gonna give you answers based on what he's saying, right? So you can depict, like we were talking about earlier, your brain should be able to depict what he's trying to convey, because he does not want to say certain things. And she's trying to press them buttons to make him say the certain things that need to be said. But he's still trying to dance around it like, oh, well, yeah, and, yeah, no. Use the depiction device that you got in there and look at what they're talking about and understand that at some point, what you're seeing is what was seen around the time that they say they last saw Nolan Wells. So peep it out, y'all.
In a particular location, the victim was
wait, my bad. My mic wasn't. My headphones was plugged up.
Was wearing an earring, and the other earring had been sliced out of her ear.
Now this. Oh, my bad. That particular part of the video had nothing to do with.
Were Nolan Wells' friends talking about him and talking about him possibly being dead while they were on their way back to the mainland from Horn Island? This is all because of some audio that we got from official.
My bad, y'all. I wound up clicking the wrong thing. Probably gonna do an ad now. There we go.
You and I have talked many, many times, and I told you about a serial killer I finally convicted on. Now,
I had to skip it forward because what she was talking about had nothing to do with the Nolan Wells thing. So
if you sit on the toilet, bear down.
This is the part where she starts talking to the guy from the Cajun Navy about these boats. And I want everybody to pay real close attention to what's going on with the questions and how she's asking them and how he is responding to the questions. Because you can look and see for yourself that there are certain elements of this that they don't want to talk about.
Photo that you have produced is not probative of something. The cluster of boats. Number one, I see a lot of witnesses. Trasher, do we know what time this photo was taken?
We don't know definitively times on all these because even though they're time stamped, it could be a time when it was screenshotted, stamped, not necessarily the original photograph. So we were very careful to denote that in our report that we can't verify timelines, although based on shadows and positions and things like that, we can determine that some of these, as noted, are taken in the late afternoon. One of the things I thought was interesting about some of these photos we got, Nancy, was that a lot of the photos we had seen before were people like in waist deep water. Well, some of the photos we provided show people up, water up to their chest, almost to their neck, and that's not really wading. That's treading water, in my opinion, and that I thought might have been.
Notice what he said. In my opinion,
significant to know that that many people were, you know, perhaps enjoying some libations, but also in water that might have been a little too deep just to be playing in.
Good point. You know, you also said something else really smart. And I certainly do not want to rely on this, but sometimes you have to, you take the evidence as you find it and you make the most of what you've got. You said you could tell this was late in the afternoon because of the shadowing. I wonder if the tide could tell me anything because how high up the water is. But these people holding drinks, they're not treading water, Trasher. They're standing there. These people are not treading water, and the water is up to their armpits. Is that the photo you're talking about as to where you think some of them are treading water, or are there other photos?
The photo at the top, yeah, you're right. It's about up to their armpit. I think there was one later in the report that that showed some of the kids. This was
Now look, if y'all look at this, does that look like they treading water minus one or two people? It look like these dudes down here just standing in the water, right? This one looked like they treading water. She looked like she treading water. But that, like, I don't know. But they definitely just standing, right? And that's too many people to see that that's a boat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's like 6 people on that little bitty ass boat. Ain't no fucking way. So I'm gonna let it play a little while because this the part of the video I wanted y'all to talk about.
A screenshot of a social media post, and there's 3 boats visible, one fourth boat further in the distance, but a lot of kids on one boat. I say kids, young people on one boat, some on the boat, some in the water. And some of them, it looks, you know, maybe up to the armpit, but some of them, depending on their own height, it looks like it's, you know, I could see a girl holding something in her hand, and the water looks to be pretty close to her neck. So that's pretty far out. Now, we've said several times that Horn Island has a very aggressive slope. So you can be in shallow water and deep water within just a few steps. And once you get into that deep water, you're not as able to keep your feet on the ground if a current comes and pulls you, or God forbid a riptide comes and drags you. So that's why we thought it was significant to know that they were socializing in fairly deep water.
Can we go back to the main photo where the boats are numbered 1, 2, 3, X? Isn't it true, Brian Trasher, that these boats are easily identifiable by I call it a tail number, like you would a plane? Every boat has to be registered, or supposed to be registered. It has a number on it. It often has a name like Triton. One was named Mac Daddy. There were other names. They're registered, and you know who the owner is, and the owner can tell us who was on the boat that day. Is that correct?
Theoretically, yeah. If you can make out the registration number or the name of the boat, if the vessel's name is registered, you know, along with the registration number. Usually that's sometimes only on a Coast Guard document, but sometimes on a state registration you do put the vehicle, the boat name if it's asked for, or if you have one. So that is all possible. You know, I'm told, and we're asked to compare notes with the sheriff's office, which we're doing. But I was told that there's been a lot of people that have been contacted and interviewed, and there's a lot of people who were there that day that voluntarily came forward to tell what they know. And because they might have seen their boats and pictures, said, "Oh, we might want to go ahead and call them and let them know, where we were, who was with us, and what we know." So I commend those people for coming forward because it's not always easy.
To Marie Pereira joining us in addition to the Vice President of the United Cajun Navy, who has been there from the get-go trying to help solve the case. Marie Pereira, registered nurse, which is important. But she is a...
All right, so one of the questions that she asked him that struck me as odd that he kind of glanced over it was the tide, right? The tide comes and goes. It goes up and down. And there are ways that now you can record what time the tide comes in, what time the tide goes out. And if tide was in around that time of the day, that means water was actually being pushed inland, right? So if his body was on that island and he went into the water, the tide would have been pushing his body to stay on the shore, right? If tide was out, his body would have been pulled out into the ocean or into the Gulf of Mexico, right? So that question that she asked kind of threw him through a loop, and when he caught on to what she asked him, he literally evaded that by saying, "Yeah, time could tell us, but everybody should know how tide works." You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about the laundry detergent. I'm talking about the actual tide and ebb and flow of water. But yeah, man, what you got on that, Silent? Because that was my last one.
Yeah, that definitely plays a factor, especially where they found the body. So that opens up more
Question.
speculations and questions about did anything happen on the boat, and y'all try to throw him overboard, and the tide pushed him back damn near exactly where y'all left him. All
Right.
this is under speculation now that we have all this extra evidence. So I'm not you know me, Peter, I'm not, excluding anything though. I'm just soaking it all in. So just hearing certain people pieces of it, and knowing any little piece I can find out more about the case is good for me, and learning about what actually happened to this young man, because like I told you, I definitely don't want to follow a narrative. I want us to come up with our own, logical thought process about it, and put some emotion into it to figure out what happened, but not be guided by our emotions, because we are a certain type of race as well. So, um, just putting that into perspective. Uh, yeah, man, Nancy has some points. You can't like you said, you can't take away from her background or whatever her narrative is. That's her narrative. But we here to present y'all different people's points of views, whether you believe they're right or whether they're wrong. That's what Blunt Talk do. We give everybody open platform to talk their shit. You know what I'm saying? So whether somebody speaking up for the black folks, we're gonna listen to that. Whether somebody's speaking up about the white folks, we're gonna listen to them. Chinese, whoever. We give people that space. So we sit and we listen and we try to understand what's actually going on. So that's my take from it. From hearing her, those little bits and pieces, it gives me more, information on what I have so far. Because remember, they're not really releasing too much. So it's nothing but a lot of speculation out there anyway. So living in that space right now, talking about this case, uh, me, I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt, because there's no actual fact behind a lot of it. But for the most part, I'm gonna take those little, those grains and just add it on to the seasoning I'm cooking up with this motherfucking pot bar. You know what I'm saying, Peter? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take it and really just hold it to truth when more evidence come out. Because remember, there's uh, a lot of speculation out here, so I don't want to be involved with too much of the speculation. I want to keep it, on the evidence based level. The family, um, um, prayers to the family. Y'all keep y'all head up. Y'all keep pushing. If whatever y'all feel that is right about what y'all doing, that's what it is. Don't second guess yourself. Question everything at this moment. Um, of course, y'all gonna get backlash, because remember, they're making this out of a racist thing. So of course, racist people are gonna call your job and say you're doing a fucking horrible job. We've been wanting this bitch fired. We don't give a fuck about her. She don't take care because remember she's in the healthcare service. That's why she said that like that. For y'all, white people, y'all gotta understand that she take care of a lot of y'all older people, and she been doing that for a long time before her son got killed. She been taking care of y'all people. Y'all gotta think about that. So looking at this for what it is total harassment, Peter, and it's because this lady bringing up certain things and her hiring who she hired with the Ben Crump situation, So yeah, who knows the people behind this? Who knows what's actually going on? Because we also on our podcast we also talk about psyops as well, setting up situations
Yeah.
where it could also be this and that. So I'm not Xing out nothing. Who knows especially with Ben Crump and Al Sharpton, and I'm not questioning their motives on this situation. I'm questioning their background of what I know them for. All right, I'm gonna say it like that. I'm not questioning their motives on this situation, but I'm questioning them for knowing their background and what they and what's been going on. Cause let's not forget Tamir Rice's mother showed out about Ben Crump and what was going on with that situation. So if people want to have anything about that, type let's talk about Ben Crump in our in our comment section or any one of our sites, social media sites, TikTok or whatever. So definitely, speed out. I'm on that train right now, brother.
All right. Got another one?
What'd you say?
Oh, I was asking. Did you have a video?
Yeah, I told you.
No, I'm blanking out right quick, man.
You a little bit, but I'm trying to get you through it, brother. You done talked yourself to sleep. It's okay though. I got you. Soon as you get me out the way, brother, you can shut it on down. You hear me? The quicker you think like that, the quicker we can get out of here.
Trying to go back to the doggone playlist and through every video we don't watch so far.
It's okay, brother. Actually, it's two of them. Which one would you rather hear? Would you rather hear the complaints from the suspects, or would you rather hear the second one I have? I think I had two of them up there. It's right after the one with the older lady with the funeral home. It's two after that.
Ooh, they both short, so we could watch them both.
Okay, cool. I'm asking you. It's your week, man. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying. If you want to pick one, or if you want to watch both, that's cool too.
Yeah, we can watch both of them because they look like they both got some good, interesting information.
Yeah, and it raised some good questions too. So I want to get your opinion on that, and we can shut it on down if you want to, brother.
All right. As soon as this thing start playing, come on, man. There we go. Watch it throw an ad in there just to piss me off. Yep, it did just that. Do a goddamn ad.
Don't try and run now. Your son is and he's about to get all the way. Don't run now. You guys are gonna get what the coming to you. I know he killed that little kid, man. You guys aren't. Your wife ain't racist.
How can the father of somebody who murdered another person go and try to receive donations using the name of the murder victim? You know what you've done. I'm 22 years old. I'm just a bit older than your son, Warren.
All right.
can't believe that I live in a world with people like you and your son. I can't believe that I live in a world with evil, racist, white people who then go and falsely claim that they praise God while living racist, evil, selfish, harmful lives while they take the lives of innocent people. God's light shines down for Nolan Xavier Wells. The truth will come out. And you are evil. You are evil to your root.
All right.
You decide it.
Give me 2 answers down.
And I hope that you soon change, or that soon you face every pain that you've brought upon other people. I hope that your son faces that same pain, and the pain that he brought through his racist actions, and continues to bring through his racist actions. You have raised your son to be a racist, heartless person who has taken the life of another person.
God damn.
And God, I hope that you burn in hell for it.
Justice for Noah Wells, son for a son. Justice for Noah Wells, son for a son. Justice for Noah Wells, son for a son. Justice for Noah Wells, son for a son.
God damn, boy, they going off, huh?
Justice for Nolan Wells. Justice for Nolan Wells. Father of a murderer.
Thank you, man. Have a good one.
God damn, they was going off in that bitch. Oh, wait, hold up. While we get to this, go back.
This professional 32 terabyte.
Got mixed around like that just
I'm sorry, P. I ain't hear you. What you said? You.
Yeah, I'm still here, man.
What's the plan? What's going on?
Okay. Fucking thing tripping. I'm trying to figure out how your clips got mixed around.
You must have. I had him to the eldest, but you. Oh, that's old. Oh, you must have flipped. You must have flipped the whatchamacallit around. Because I had it to my eldest clips. You must have clicked the thing where it say newest to oldest or oldest to newest.
Oh wait, no.
You must have flipped it around.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, dude. I was trying to scroll to the next video and I can't even find it.
And you clicked the thing. Yeah, you clicked. Because that's one of my first videos. That's how I know what you did.
Yeah, there I go. Ben Crump dropped
Way at the bottom, yup.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck that happened.
You clicked the button. I just told you what you did, brother. You clicked it
but I
from
don't know
newest to
how.
oldest.
I don't know how I did it. That's what I'm saying. I don't
Hey,
know
bro,
how I did that.
that's your fingers. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. But that's what you did.
All right, this is the one I was looking at for Big Crump. Here we go.
All right.
Well, I don't think y'all done seen this yet because Ben Crump just dropped this 20 minutes ago. But yeah, Warren, y'all's story is steadily falling the hell apart. So this is a photo that has Nolan in the photo, okay? And it's past the time that Warren said that he had seen him. So remember, Warren said Nolan was cradling a girl on his lap last time he saw him. Well, right here, there's 7 living, breathing people on board of this boat right here, including Nolan. Looks like Nolan was with a girl on Wyatt's boat on his lap, not on the island. And guess what? How many people are on board? 7, Warren. Yeah. Your story is falling all the way apart. And like others have said, I don't think Miss Ashley Cole really cut for you as much as we may have thought in the beginning, because boy, she set you up for something. You was so not ready to even go on Tatum's platform.
God damn. Who is Tatum?
So you know about the Tatum situation, but that was it right there. But so what this lady said, does it raise any eyebrows for you, Peter? You could, expunge on any of that if you want.
Yeah, it definitely raises some eyebrows because if they're saying that they didn't, it was just him and the boys on the boat when they went out there, where did the young lady come from? And to show you being towed out by another boat, what happened? Because I clearly see that there's a tow line attached to that boat. And there are 7 people on that boat. And all 7 of those people are sitting upright or standing upright. So if it is past that time that you all say, oh, well, we left at 3:30, or we told them we was leaving at last time, because one of them said, the last time I saw him was at 3 p.m. That's a very specific time. And we left the island at 4:30 p.m. That's a very specific time. Like, direct to the minute. But then your GPS coordinates, uh-oh. And so the GPS coordinates that the Cajun Navy was able to obtain say that the time that you all left was 4:31 p.m. and the last time you claimed that you saw such and such was this time, but your boat didn't leave the island until several hours after 4:30, which means there's like a 3.5-hour gap from the time you say you last saw him to the time that you actually left the island. So something happened. And somebody's got to start talking about it, because at the end of the day, that one picture with them 7 people on there at the setting of the sun, because you could look at that water in that picture and see that the sun was actually setting. This was not an early in the morning picture. And so I think that that's something that needs to be talked about too. Unless that's one of those deep AI fakes and the people done already decoded that it's a fake or whatever like that. However, if it is not a fake, and that is the actual photo of that boat being towed out with 7 people who are standing and sitting upright, that needs to be talked about. Who were the 7 people on that boat, and why haven't we heard from the 7 people that were on the boat, other than the Hillcom referee, who was one of the people who were directly linked to the owners of the boat. So yes, that's definitely something that's got to be talked about.
All right, brother. Yeah, that's all I want to present. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
could take
that
it
was a
from
good
here.
one. So people, man, once again, you got to start using your brain and start picking through some of these things and depicting what's gonna be happening, what could happen, what couldn't happen. We just trying to get to the bottom. I think the main thing everybody wants is the truth. We don't want your story. We don't want what you thought happened. We want the truth. Because at the end of the day, this is a lone man who went out with his friends. His friends came back. And it was only supposed to be said 4 friends, which means 3 extra people, or Nolan Wells plus 4 of his friends is 5 people. So that means 2 extra people got on that boat. And that's probably why they were having bilge front problems. But that's neither here nor there. Right now, I think the biggest thing is those with information need to come forward. The family is begging and pleading just for information so they can find out what happened to their son. You know what I'm saying? If you have any information on that, give it to the family's attorney, or let the family know. Because as the mother said, think about this if this was your child, right? And we all living in a day and age where, everybody's having children a little older and some are having them a little younger. So think about if this was your child, right? No matter what age group you are, think about this as if this were your child that went out with 4 friends and didn't come back. And your friend and his friend or her friends have your child's cell phone and have deleted text messages and phone call records and stuff like that. So think about this: if this were your child, how would you feel? You know, would you want all the information you could get to help figure out what, or would just bury what's left of my child? You know, I thank all of the people who I pulled videos from tonight for putting those videos up. It was very insightful. It helped us do a little bit more of our due diligence on our end at Blunt Talk NOLA and the deciphering of what's going on. To all our listeners, DD504, Chop Tracks, I'm glad you was in the building, brother. Peaches, glad you was back in the building with us. All our listeners on the rebroadcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody so we can keep the show growing and going forward. That's my final words, man. I greatly appreciate everybody for coming. Silent, you got anything you want to add to it tonight, brother?
Yeah, I just wanted to just second your motion on that. You know, shout out to the people, man. We gonna keep it going. You know, if it's only two in here, guess what? We gonna entertain both you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So
hopefully we
shout
did
out
that
to Peaches, shout out to D504. You know what I'm saying? Good night to you, people. All day. We trust me. We definitely appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? It don't go unlocked. So we getting better at it. We trying more and more stuff. You know, and it's only gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. So just stick around for the ride. You hear me? That's all I'm gonna ask you. Just stick around for the ride.
That is a fact. And so once again, people, glad you all were able to join us, man. It is now 11:03 p.m. We have been rocking for 2 hours, 25 minutes, and 59 seconds. So I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I love all y'all. Good night.
Good night, y'all. Peace. Have a blessing.
Enjoy your weekend, people.